We have all seen that woman who worked as a mall merchant in the New Age bookstore, arranging a variety of books, candles, and crystals on a display counter as we enter the store. Or the Pilates and yoga instructor who always had a calm, practical way of looking at things. She could have easily been one of those students in the classroom we remembered when we were young, who was reserved, quiet, sometimes a little quirky, and mysterious. You always got a slight sense of her aloofness, indifference, and detachment from the outside world. In fact, you secretly admired her authenticity, her earthy vibe, and confidence in her freedom from the ever-changing social and cultural trends. She quietly created her own path. Today, we will cover the mystic archetype. In my previous videos, I stated how the archetypes sometimes overlap. In addition, I must mention the mirroring effect of these archetype traits when compared together. For an example, using a Venn diagram, the sage and the mystique archetype share some identical characteristics like aloofness, introspectiveness, and the desire for solitude. When the mystic archetype is balanced and her cup is full of positive affirmations, she exudes a peaceful tranquility and a deep soulfulness within her core. This woman does not just walk in a rudimentary fashion through life. In contrast, she glides through it with meaningful purpose. She never seeks validation, neither craves attention from others. If you are fortunate to become besties with this mysterious lady, consider it an asset. She's the friend. Should anything go wrong in your life, she will tell you what you need to hear rather than what you want to hear. Now here's the thing. This is what makes her special. She delivers a message with humility, sincerity, kindness, and empathy. And as far as love interest, she is not only magnetic, but she also has an ethereal presence. When she establishes trust with her love interest, she is not afraid to show her vulnerabilities. Actually, men become enthralled in her feminine essence. As I covered in prior videos, it is important to note the woman who falls under the mystic trait also have an amazing ability to embrace and accept the full knowledge of their inner self. This is due to their ability to practice self-imposed, air quotes, alone time, which is their protection and superpower. This is indeed where creativity and magic happens. I noticed while researching women with the mystic characteristics, most of them share an appreciation for the arts. The talent we see in the mystic traits from the outside has not scratched the surface of what's deeply embedded inside the archetype. The magic is hidden inside the core of the mystic's natural ability to foster a harmonious balance with her heart, mind, and soul. With that said, here is a list of famous mystics: Greta Garbo, Grace Kelly, Jackie Kennedy Onassis, Sade, Lisa Bonet, Erykah Badu, and FKA Twigs. In addition, here are an example of television characters. Annie from Annie Hall. Phoebe Buffay from Friends. The iconic Mexican painter Frida Kahlo was born July 6, 1907 in Mexico City. Frida started her love of art at an early age, which later gave her an apprenticeship under the instructions of a printmaker named Fernando Fernandez. Fernando immediately noticed the 13-year-old's natural talent for art. 5 years later, now 18, Frida eventually found work as a stenographer. That same year, Frida was involved in a serious accident that changed the course of her life. As a result of her accident, she was temporarily immobilized and confined to her bed. However, Frida, being a determined and free-spirited young lady, made the best out of a bad situation. She combined her desire and curiosity in the fields of science and medicine, as well as her love of fine art painting. Quick side note, surprisingly, Frida's true interest was science and medicine. Unfortunately, during the 20s, women were not encouraged to study male-dominated professions. Let's continue on. Frida skillfully painted colorful self-portraits, including interesting medical illustrations. The artist, using a paintbrush in solitude, uniquely recorded her evolution through the healing process of both her physical, mental, and spiritual journey. She later created masterpieces. In 1929, Frida went on to marry Diego Rivera, who was also iconic to the art world. I was introduced to his beautiful pieces a few decades ago. As the marriage matured, the complexity of two talented artists sharing a life together created rough patches in their marriage. Despite the difficulties, Frida and Diego became a respected power couple, inspiring and influencing many throughout the community of art and throughout the world. When the mystic archetype's life is out of order, she may experience chaos and mental anguish. Like most people feel when we are void of balance in our lives, we become vulnerable to our shadow side. The mystic ladies sometimes suffer with the debilitating need to self-exile for extreme periods of time. The very trait that made her content in life, which is the ability to know when to shut down, however, when gone unchecked, become the unraveling of her peace. In fact, this is very real when she feels a threat and a lack of control in her world. It is important to realize if she continues to stay cocooned in her situation for an extended amount of time, she could potentially create a life of reclusiveness, which could later develop mental anxiety and distress. In conclusion, women born under the mystic archetype may embody the gift of empathic abilities, which could operate like a double-edged sword if not understood and or managed well. She may also be a natural introvert. When emotionally exhausted and stressed, she retreats into her safe space to recharge her mental and spiritual batteries. However, the real concern is the mystic's losing balance and traction in her world. In effect, she could possibly retract into a dark space and can't find her way out. As mentioned in a past video, I cannot stress enough the importance of a healthy support team, family, friends, or seeking professional therapy if necessary. We as humans are innately social beings and thrive on healthy social engagement. The key word is healthy. However, despite the mystics feeling at home in their solitude, once they resurface, they greatly benefit by surrounding themselves with trusted, healthy social companions. In addition, establishing a regular schedule of physical activities and self-care is essential. Finally, the most important item in this video, it is mandatory to fill our spiritual cup with meditation and prayer. God's refuge is the only way to give us guidance and peace. Thank you for viewing the Mystic Archetype video. We now have only 2 Archetype videos left to cover. What were your thoughts about the mystic energy? I say she's giving a lot of mystery. Please like, comment, share, and hit the notification bell so when I upload another video, you'll be notified. As always, because everyone has a story. Ciao.